In a historic first, the Supreme Court of India permitted the implementation of the first case of passive euthanasia under the judicial supervision in India. This decision brings the country's complex debate on right to die with dignity into sharp focus yet again. What is the Harish Rana case? What does the Supreme Court say? And how will this verdict mark a turning point for India? We explain in this video. Hello and welcome to the Prince Instant Analysis. I am Ruchi Bhattar. A bench of Justice J.B. Pardiwala and K.V. Vishwanathan allowed the withdrawal of life support for a 32-year-old man who has remained in an irreversible permanent vegetative state for the past 13 years after falling from a building, implementing the legal framework for passive euthanasia for the first time in the country. Rana, who had suffered severe brain injuries in 2013 after falling from the fourth floor of his paying guest accommodation while he was a student in Chandigarh, had been in a condition of 100% quadriplegia and a persistent vegetative state with no medically meaningful improvement over more than a decade. The bench allowed his parents' request after examining reports from medical boards that confirmed that the recovery was virtually impossible. The court passed the following direction. The medical treatment, including the can administered to the patient, shall be withdrawn or withheld. The reconsideration period of 30 days stands waived. The AIIMS at New Delhi shall grant admission to the patient to its palliative care center so that the withdrawal of can be done effective. AIIMS shall also give all its facilities for shifting the applicant from the residence to the palliative care center and must ensure that life support be withdrawn with a tailored plan so that dignity is maintained. The High Court of all states shall issue directions to all judicial magistrates to receive intimations from hospitals in accordance with the guidelines laid down in common cause in event of primary medical board and secondary medical board arrive at a unanimous decision to withdraw or withhold life support. The court today also emphasized that the key legal question in such cases is not whether death is desirable, but whether continuing life-sustaining treatment is in the patient's best interests. In many ways, the Harish Rana case marks a crucial turning point. It moves India's euthanasia jurisprudence from a principle to practice, in translating the constitutional promise of dignity in life and in death into a real world decision affecting a family that has cared for their son for more than a decade now. Passive euthanasia, unlike active euthanasia, does not involve administering a substance to end life. Instead, it involves withdrawing or withholding life sustaining treatment such as ventilator support or artificial feeding when recovery is medically impossible. The plea was initially moved before the Delhi High Court in 2024 by the petitioner through his father seeking approval for passive euthanasia. In July 2024, the High Court rejected the request, noting that the petitioner was not suffering from a terminal illness. The matter was subsequently taken to the Supreme Court, which in August 2024 declined to consider the plea but directed the Uttar Pradesh government to consider the petitioner's medical expenses. In 2025, the petitioner returned to the Supreme Court by filing a miscellaneous application in the already disposed of matter, stating that his health had deteriorated further and that there was no possibility of recovery. The court then ordered the formation of a primary medical board to assess this condition, and the board concluded that the likelihood of recovery was extremely low. Medical records indicated that he had been bedridden for years, relying on a tube for breathing and feeding. Photographs submitted before the court also revealed severe bed sores. Following this, the court directed that the case be reviewed by a secondary medical board constituted by the All India Institute for Medical Sciences and met the parents of the man as well before reserving their verdict last month. India's legal framework for passive euthanasia was first laid down in the landmark Aruna Schonbag versus Union of India judgment in 2011. In that case, the Supreme Court allowed passive euthanasia in exceptional circumstances but placed the decision under strict judicial oversight, requiring approval from high courts. The law evolved further in 2018 when a constitution bench in Common Cause versus Union of India recognized the right to die with dignity as a part of fundamental right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. That judgment also legalized living wills, allowing individuals to state in advance that they do not want life prolonging treatment if they become terminally ill. With that, thank you for watching.